think you scratched my retina.
Did I get that itch?
Wait, one more time right here. Thanks.
I was worried I was gonna knock the camera over, I'm not gonna lie.
You kill yourself.
Is your mom coming here today?
Huh?
She's banned from Twitch.
Oh. We're not having a repeat of Casey's mom coming through asking about their booting.
The bottom.
Oh, the bottom. I thought
How
it
do
was
I delete the Twitch?
Look who's in chat. Your mom.
She said those are my friends
Those
when we
are
saw her like the next day or whatever.
Those are my friends.
We're friends now. We're friends now.
What friends? The
She was
alien
also
friends.
like, he just talks and talks and talks. And I was like, yeah, it's D&D.
Yeah. Imagine how my throat feels.
She said, see you later.
I can check it for you.
Well,
My mom comes in the chat.
Somebody just clip that part. That's just.
Speaking of me talking, so last
Alright, you wanna
session,
do
you guys got to do some fun stuff. Including poop. That was a first. I'm still not over that.
No, not us.
Nomad.
KZ done with it.
Nomad started the poop thing. So Carl walked through some poop. Apparently had gathered some hitchhikers, some beetles, some dung beetles. As Carl. To which Soraya was able to clean you off. You don't smell like poop as much. You still have a slight tint of poop. But the group now has Benjamin, the fire beetle, the baby fire beetle, with them, as well as have been given through Soraya the quest to go to the Dung Queen and recruit the Dung Beetle hierarchy, the army of Dung Beetles, to fight the Cult of the Dragon at some point, if they so wish. The party continued northward, getting to Lascan, where you guys did a little bit of shopping. Soraya, you found a deity of sorts that hasn't been worshipped too often, that was quite intrigued with your water genasi-ness. Genasii? Something like that.
My
to-
watermelonness.
Your watermelons. To which you have some fun stuff with your water. Enjoy. Have fun with that.
Just fancy.
Big fancy. Party continued shopping. Went to a magic shop where you were able to get some odd items. Where the shop clerk closed early due to a certain individual being there that wasn't too keen on you all talking about the Cult of the Dragon specifically. Party was then directed to the host tower, which is this magnificent all-black tree-like structure in the middle of Lascan that stands easily at 500 feet tall, that can be seen way outside of Lascan itself. We ended the session with Soraya, if my memory serves correct, being the recipient of the +1 boon, for being able to talk with dung beetles, apparently.
Poop.
Yes, Pupu Kaka, as it's referred to when we play Fortnite. Pupu Kaka.
Firebending.
Earthbending, too. Anything I'm missing, or anything anyone wants to add?
That's what I'm at.
Okay.
Just
and
this.
I'm really talking like a water beetle, or a fire beetle.
just confirm the existence of water beetles.
Wait, what?
You just confirmed the existence of water beetles.
I mean, if there are fire beetles, there must be water beetles. And if there are fire and water beetles, that must mean that there are earth beetles. And this only makes more sense that there would be air beetles. Especially because you guys have been to the
What
earth
about an
plane of
avatar?
existence.
But wouldn't an earth beetle just be a beetle?
You would think,
What
but it's
about-
just a beetle.
What about a beetle that can use all 4 elements?
Ah,
An avatar beetle.
the
The
Ava
one the
beetle.
world needed him most.
The Ava beetle.
They went extinct.
Hasn't been seen in over 100 years, you know.
He was walking through Waterdeep and got squished.
Not about it.
Yeah, that's about right. Alrighty then. Well, without further ado, as the party has been traveling through Lascan to the host tower, is there anything you'd like to do before you reach the host tower?
Uh,
What do I want to do?
5 gold. He says magic shop.
Well, you just came from a magic shop.
I'm just kidding.
I was about to take you up on that bet.
Can I see? Can I kind of like project my mind's eye, and see if I can kind of like reach back and be like, you feel as though a piece of the eye is close by, maybe in this giant Isengardian tower.
Isengardian Tower. Ooh, that's a good
That's
word.
what it,
SAT word of
I
the
mean,
day.
it looks like the.
Comes to
It
you
looks
from
like the.
Hermanus.
It looks like the Isengard, the tower in Isengard from Lord of the Rings.
Like what's her
Well-
name? The sister that they have at one point.
Detecting the
Hell-
Hobbit, so Isengard. Isengard.
What's her name?
Isengard.
What, Hella from
Yeah, kind of gives her vibe a little bit.
her
Yeah.
little her little tiny nose.
Thing that she's got going on. Okay.
She has trauma.
Give me a charisma check, please.
Naturally, I'd love to. Oh, how lovely. 22.
22. So you reach out to Vecna, says to the patrons of yours. Trying to like gain? Sure.
What'd you call me?
Listen, I'm
Beautiful.
not DM, man.
Is you're trying to like
Gander?
gain some information about where one of the 3 pieces of the eye are. You get like a sense of kind of like a kid walking up and pulling on their parents' like pants or shirt. As he kind of looks over, like you kind of can kind of feel like the gaze kind of come to you in a sense from some other ethereal plane that he exists on.
Is that how it happens?
The gays.
With a ZE.
The gays are coming.
The case.
Watch your kids.
How's your husbands? Yo, are you dying?
Almost. Almost. Choked.
That should start off
as his
great.
as his vision goes to you, you get the sense that here's not the right place. Though I'll say that you get the like a feeling of amusement as he speaks to you that as amusing as it would be for one of its pieces to be under the nose of the Arcane Brotherhood, my power vested in it would still draw their attention to it.
Alright, fair enough. That would be cool, though.
As I'll say that as his vision kind of turns away from you, you can feel kind of his essence kind of part away. That there's a little bit of amusement still in the thought of it being right underneath the nose of the Arcane Brotherhood. That it would be such a lovely like one-up to them.
Okay, that's all I wanted to do.
Very well. Anything else?
Where can I get some like smith's tools?
Smith's tools. Okay. That would require you to turn around and go back to the market. So you can either go with the party to the host tower, or you can double back and go back to the market if you'd like.
Important. I just at some point I want to get some. Probably.
Okay.
But if we're already on our way somewhere, I don't want to be like, oh, I forgot something, and turn the fuck around and go off on my own. That's. I don't think Carl would want to do that.
Very well. Anything else from the rest of the party? Very well. As the party continues making its way over a couple of the bridges and that throughout the town, seeing a variety of ships, to small little like fishing dinghies to massive icebreaker ships in the harbor there. As you kind of continue over to the tower itself, all of my spellcasters,
Yeah.
give me an Arcana check, or anyone proficient with Arcana as well.
Nat 20, baby. That's a 24.
17.
Got a 19.
I don't believe Carl's proficient with Arcana, nor a spellcaster.
I got an 18.
Very well. As you guys kind of start getting closer to it, as you kind of pass over this last bridge, entering into like this courtyard area at the base of this 500-foot tall tower that looks like a dead tree in sorts. All of its limbs kind of like barren of any leaves or anything like that. Even from the distance you're at, though it appears to be made of some sort of like stone-like material, but not like the rest of the city itself. Using kind of like a brickwork of mortar and that kind of glistens in the sun. There's almost like a wave that comes over you. Like when you go to a beach and kind of like sit underneath the water and a big wave comes over and just flows over you, but not like one that cascades and pushes you down beneath the water. It just kind of like flows over you, and you get like a feeling of magical energy that kind of exudes from this place. I'll say that with those rolls, all of you kind of can sense that a variety of magics come from this area itself. As you're looking around more, as the party makes its way to the base of the tower itself, you see a variety of individuals wearing purple, blue, green, brown robes. Some of them not even in like the generic like that's a wizard, sorcerer kind of get up, but other ones with staffs or small dragon-like creatures perched up on their shoulders, or small little like pixies or fairies that fly by them, of the elves and half elves, as well as a couple others that take like brooms, as well as conjure like bubbles around themselves and float up out of the courtyard. As you have made it to the host tower of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah.
As Carl, you would see all of this that's happening, but just not get the feeling. What would you like to do, party?
Is someone gonna knock?
You're more of in a tower, not in the tower, more in a courtyard where there's a variety of individuals here. I'll say that you can see some of them are kind of like practicing some sort of arcane magics amongst them. Some of them are kind of like walking past you into these open doors tall enough to fit the like frost giants that had the party had previously fought, easily double-sided into this tower itself. A massive tower.
Never mind.
No knocking.
Doors wide open. You can walk in and out. There's a variety of individuals in the courtyard.
Mm,
Or
Can
if
I
you're
like
walking.
can I like look for like the most interesting out of place person there?
Define out of place. Because you might be the out of place one at the moment.
I'm about to say.
Well, that is what I mean. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I know we are probably the ones that look out of place. Is there anybody there that kind of looks like an authority figure, or like sticks out, or like looks out of place, like in the same way that we do?
Roll me perception. Carl. Durham, you said you're walking into the tower, though? Okay. As Carl's kind of looking around the
22.
courtyard there as Durham continues walking into the tower itself. The rest of the party, anything you're doing?
I'm gonna walk into the tower too.
So our
Well,
two
I'm gonna go.
warlocks continue walking to the tower.
Continue walking towards the tower.
Boom, boom, boom.
Keep on keeping on.
Soraya.
To the tower we go.
I'm gonna follow my brother.
So as Carl, as you stop for a moment, kind of like looking around as your party kind of keeps going. They're close enough that you know that they're easy to catch up to. You do see amongst the individuals here that kind of sticks out, pacing back and forth underneath an apple tree off the pathway to the tower itself. As he's occasionally kicking the apples around, it kind of like sticks out from the rest that are either like practicing some sort of arcane arts or reading through books or that, or even just sleeping in the shade, or even directly in the sunlight itself as it comes into the courtyard. This one, as he kind of just keeps pacing back and forth and with his head down, keeps kicking like apples and muttering to himself quietly. Sticks out in the crowd.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
He says, "Never mind."
Okay, fuck it. Fuck it. Walter.
Continuing to the tower with your friends there, Carl.
Yeah. Carl is going to forget what he was doing. Completely forget what he was doing.
Very well.
Like, kind of zone the fuck out. Walk up to this person, stare at them, and then just like completely forget what the fuck he was gonna say or do.
As you walk up to him, you kind of stare at him blankly for a moment. A lapse of your memory kind of comes in at that moment. As this figure stops, older human, kind of like black curly mustache that comes up and curls a little bit around their cheeks. Narrow eyebrows that are furrowed at the moment as they kind of like peek over a pair of like half moon glasses to you, clad in black robes with little white and gold stars on the cuffs. There's a pause and go, "Is there something I can help you with?"
Do I know you? Do I know you?
Are you actively trying to remember?
Yeah, sure.
Roll.
For history, is that what I'm doing?
Roll me history.
At disadvantage right now?
At disadvantage right now.
Fucking hell. Oh my god, my first fucking roll. Did you see that?
Don't roll too much lower.
That one's a 17 plus 2. So 19.
19.
Uh,
As your memory kind of pushes into the forefront of your consciousness there for a moment, the mustache sticks out to you. You've seen an individual with this mustache, a bit more hair on the top of his head when you last saw this mustache, but so you're kind of looking him over a little bit more, the black robes with the white and gold little runes that are on his edges of his robes, and that kind of stick out a little bit more as you remember back to the battle. There were mages and wizards, sorcerers, warlocks even, that did help, that were within the city. This might have been one of them.
Alright, I feel like I know you from somewhere. You look really familiar, and I thought I'd just come over and ask. I know I probably look a little out of place here, but I'm here with some friends, and I'm sorry. Would you call yourself a mage?
I would call myself a practitioner of the arcane arts. That would be a correct. Yes, that would be correct. A mage would be a grand title to give me. A spellcaster. I've been known by many of these titles before. You can call me Sweet Tooth, though. Marcus
Well,
Sweet Tooth.
Not Sweet Tooth.
Marcus Sweet. Do I remember this? Do I try to remember this?
I'll say with your
Or-
17 plus your 2 to 19, the name doesn't ring a bell per se, but as like you're kind of talking to him a bit more, the memory flows in as this particular spellcaster, you remember during the battle, had eviscerated easily 30 undead by himself.
I remember this.
You do remember him now that you're talking to him a bit more and you're hearing him talk. You do remember him saying something to the extent of fireball and throwing a big mote of fire and blasting a good chunk of undead creatures in the battle.
So I do know you, and I think we stood side by side and at the battle in Neverwinter, and I know that was quite some time ago, but I'm here with some friends, and I don't remember a lot, and for some reason you stuck out in my memory, and right now we're kind of looking for some things. We're kind of looking for some people, and I saw a familiar face, and as you're a mage, I was wondering, do you know a red mage named Marcath by any chance?
First nat 20 of the night.
Yeah.
I do know Marcath the Crimson, a tiefling woman, very knowledgeable of draconic magics, if I remember correctly. A very good evocation caster as well, too. Don't drop your guard if you decide to battle her. She'll give you a nice wallop, I tell you.
Oh no. I hope it doesn't come to that. But no. We're trying to get some information on something, and we were told to seek out Marcath. So, any chance you know where to find her?
It's been some time since I spoke to Marcath. say about 3 years, I think, is the last time I saw her. Myself and my brother, Wilfred, we knew her growing up, learning our arts. Stupid Wilfred. Stupid Wilfred. No, I've not spoken to her for some time. That would be probably information that the Overwizards and the High Wizard of the Host Tower, as he gestures to the Grand Tower next to you, would possibly know, but to gain an audience with them, just for the simple whereabouts of a fellow mage, I don't know if they would meet for that.
Well, either way, that was useful, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and it's good to see you again.
Good to see you. You do look a little familiar, but knowing that you survived that battle, it was a doozy of one. You're not from here. It sounds like you're from Neverwinter, correct?
Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with Lord Neverember.
Not personally.
Oh, well, I am his representative.
Oh, friends in high places.
For now.
In your travels to Neverwinter, did you ever see a bearded fellow, gray bushy beard, comes down pretty far down his chest, big brimmed hat and cape and robes and all that? It would have been a very cotton candy pink color.
Can I roll for history? I mean, yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, that was not good. I'm gonna roll again though. That was a 3. Yeah, I'm fucked. Doesn't matter. 3. So don't remember cotton candy hair. You said cotton candy hat beard.
His clothing would have been the cotton candy pink color. His beard would have been gray though.
Grayer than mine. Yes.
Bit more gray.
Yeah. No. I think. I mean, if you stuck out in my memory, I think the cotton candy pink would have also. So, why are you looking for this cotton candy gray beard?
That would be my brother Wilfred.
Oh, yeah. I heard you say something about him a minute ago. Is he all right?
I've been looking for him. Unfortunately, I don't know where he went. The only place I haven't checked yet was the village outside the city that we grew up in at this point, but he was supposed to come meet me here at the tower. He said he had something that would change the world at large.
Well, it might be worth trying to find him yourself then, maybe?
Yes. He's not usually one to be late. Just wanted to see if
how late? How late?
2 days.
I know that there were some interesting things we ran into on the road in from that direction. So he could have gotten into some shit. And I don't necessarily mean that figuratively.
Oh, very well.
So, I mean, I can't speak for my party, but if we run across Wilfred, you said on the road, I could try to remember to send him in your direction, if that's something that would be helpful. You've helped me here, and it'd be kind of cruel for me at this point to ask for a reward for finding your brother, but I can do what I can.
I'd appreciate it if you find my brother. If you do leave the city, there's a small village not far from here. It's called Sugar Lake, is what it's called. Not far at all. If you do make your way that way, I appreciate you to just check and see if he's there.
Okay, yeah, I can. You said Sugar Lake or Silver Lake?
Sugar Lake.
Sugar. Okay. Wilfred is his name.
Yes, Wilfred Sweettooth. Whereas all pink. You really can't miss him. He sticks out in the crowd.
Sweet Tooth.
And I mean,
Okay.
don't mean that figuratively, as you did with your shit comment.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah. All right. Well met.
What your name was? I don't believe you introduced yourself.
My name's Carl. Carl two times. They call me 2 times.
Carl. Yes.
Skullkeeper.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well met, Carl. Good luck on your travels. And if you do see my brother, give him a telling off for me and send him post haste to the tower if you could.
Will do. Will do.
As he turns in his attention from you to the tree in front of him and just kind of stares at some of the apples that are hanging closest to him. As you can kind of see a little twinkle in his eye and a bit of some sort of magic start to occur on the apples in the tree.
Hey, can I get one of those?
An apple?
I mean, it's not just. I mean, you just did something. Is it just an ordinary apple?
So he reaches up and plucks one of the apples as it kind of like twinkles a little bit and hands it to you. Take a bite.
All right, I take a bite.
As you take a bite into it, expecting the kind of like nice succulent taste of an apple, a nice crisp, red, delicious apple, it doesn't taste like that. Instead, it tastes that of a little bit of a chocolate, a deep chocolate, like a rich chocolate with a little bit of caramel and whipped cream.
Decent.
At least we know where we get the sweet tooth.
What in the Willy Wonka?
That's amazing.
Oh yes, trick my brother taught me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take this, and if your brother has any doubts on if I've ran into you or doesn't believe me, I'll just show him this.
Very well, Carl. Thank you. So you
All right.
make your way to the party?
Yeah, and I'm gonna basically tell them everything that he said to me and who to talk to get the information or try to get the information about Marcath, who, if my notes are correct, will give us information on the Drakehorn. Dang.
Very well.
All done.
So, Carl bum rushes to catch up to the party, not too far from him, with a small conversation that had occurred between him and the mage there. As the party is almost at the top of these steps to the main entranceway. Coming up into it is Carl's bum rushing up, as you can easily see and hear him clambering up the stairs to catch up with you. As the party makes their way and enters into the host tower itself. A bit of temperature drop comes over the group as it's a bit more chilled here in the tower itself. Not uncomfortably, but a nice, like, walking from inside, from like the blistering heat into like a nice cooled building. As a bit of smells of parchment and candle and the ink kind of come over you that fill the air. Occasional small creatures that flying clamber their way over the cobblestone and through the air itself. Even books themselves that kind of just fly by, almost like they have their own wings, as their pages kind of rustle by. More individuals in a variety of colored robes and that, as they kind of like go up and down a pair of spiraling staircases on the far walls, up and up and up and out of sight, as well as some that kind of like step up onto these little dials in the middle of the rooms, or middle of the tower base here, I should say, and kind of like come up and then like zip across, going sideways and upside down and backwards through walls and up into different hole, like kind of like if you were looking at like a tree and seeing like the limbs coming off of it, where like the entrance would be to like the next limb, as they kind of zip up and down into those even. What would you like to do, Park?
I give eyeballs.
You give eyeballs. To anyone particular?
Not just as a whole.
So you give eyeballs. A big barn owl kind of flies by you and kind of like stops and goes, whoa! And keeps flying.
I'm gonna under my breath be like, hoot hoot, bitch.
Guys, are we in a tree? This is kind of like a tree, right?
A really decrepit tree.
Yeah.
But magic. So I
Do you
guess
think that? Do you think it's the only tree like this ever?
I mean, I grew up with a lot of spellcasters, and I don't remember anything like this.
Does it feel like a tree?
It doesn't.
Either.
Give
Isn't
me
this-
a wisdom check, Soraya.
Of course. No.
What'd you get?
She got us
Can I
now.
guidance myself? My guidance myself. Can I?
Go for it.
I don't like how it was. It's not a bad roll. It's just not a great roll.
It's not great.
17.
Okay. You do have the +1. Do you want to use the +1?
No, not yet.
Okay, very well. 17 though, as you kind of like stoop down to the ground for a moment, kind of looking to see if there's like any indication that this is or was a giant tree of sorts. It doesn't give off the normal energy that the forests and that you've traveled thus far through have. Kind of like that little bit of energy that you can feel that connects you and your magical abilities to nature. It doesn't give that. There is some sort of magical aspect to it, but not the same that you recognize in nature itself.
It's not a real tree. It's like not a tree.
The fake Christmas tree.
That's all we can afford. We got no trees at home.
Damn.
Uh,
It's not tree. It's not a real tree.
so,
It's
so
fake
we-
tree. It's a lie.
I want to look at the parchments.
So you're kind of look around, seeing a variety of parchments that kind of zip through the air. Some of them kind of tied up into scroll-like forms. Other ones that kind of give like a worm-like motion as they go soaring through the air. Occasional like pen and bottle ink that fly past them.
And you said there was another way or something like that?
There's two main staircases that kind of like spiral their way up and up and up the main part of this trunk of the tree, of the tower itself. In between that whole section where the staircases are spiraling, there's a bunch of little like dials that you can see a variety of individuals kind of step onto, and the dial kind of raises up and then zips off into a direction.
Ooh, can I stop one of them that stands on one?
Yeah, go for it. As you go over and you go to stop one, a tiefling woman there in deep purple robes there. So she kind of like whips around, has like a furious look as her tail kind of cracks a little bit on the ground. Goes, what? What do you want?
Where do these dials take you to?
Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna look back and be like, what were we supposed to see here again? What was the name of the... Can I roll for history?
Go for it. Your face makes me feel like you did not roll very well.
9.
That with your pluses?
Yeah.
Okay. A 9, you don't remember any names given to you, but you remember being told that, I'd say within the last hour, that the rulers that reside in the host tower are the High Mage and the 4 Over-Wizards.
Okay. We're here to see the High Mage and the 4 Over-Wizard.
And who are you?
I'm Durham, and then rip up show my chest, my abs, iron chest. Ow, actually, I kind of hit my chest a little hard there. Ow. Actually, that kind of stings a little bit. Ah, fuck.
Give me a strength saving throw. Ironically, since you just beat your chest too.
18?
18. As there's like this billowing gust of wind that she kind of like bats her hand at you with a little roll of her eye. You're going to counter it? You're going to burn a spell slot?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm proficient with strength. Fuck it. No, I'm good.
Okay. As like you can tell, like this bit of as she had cast the spell gust to try to like push you away from her a little bit. As you're able to withstand the initial blast, she just kind of looks at you and goes, "You're in a place of knowledge and learning. Maybe not that."
This isn't one of your problems.
Not what?
Did getting naked in the middle of the
I
forum?
wasn't naked. I just showed you my chest. It's my abs.
Yeah, it's like a Chepet dance.
Which
Did I get naked?
do you want to get naked?
Can I walk over? Just say, forgive my flirtatious friend here.
I'm not even flirting.
Well,
If that was
apparently
flirting, that was very bad.
that
Aren't
was
you a
read
child?
that way.
That's how I introduce myself.
Chick-fil-A sauce?
By revealing yourself to people?
I mean, revealing my abs. I'm very proud of them.
He likes the flash body parts. I'm sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We are
Hey, Carl, what
looking
day is it today?
for Tuesday in it. We
Every day's
are
Tuesday for
looking for as he said, the wizard people. What are their names again?
Hi, wizard.
Hi, wizard.
I'm gonna step in and I'm just gonna say, hey, is there a directory or something that you can point us to, like, how do y'all know what plates to step on and when? Like, where can I get like a little like directory thing that just tells me where what's here? Because I know who I'm here to see. I just don't really know how to really like get there. And like, you know, I know you don't really want to waste any more of your time, so I don't want to sit here and like keep bothering you with questions. And I'm sure you don't want us to, because I have some other people that can join this conversation too. But
I'm illiterate.
yeah, you don't even want that one to get in on this.
That dial. Go stand on that one, and don't fall off. As she points to one 2 over from her, from the one that she was about to stand on.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bet.
And she steps onto it and zoom, zips off.
I think we made her day.
What an interesting thing.
I think she really liked us.
No, you didn't! As it kind of like booms and echoes through the tower. As she casts thaumaturgy to make her voice 3 times louder.
Oh my god. Wow.
She's my friend now.
All right, so I guess we go.
So wait, does it activate as soon as we step on it, or do we all step on it together?
How many of us can get on? I'm assuming one at a time.
All of you can
Do you
stand
wanna
on it.
hold-
They're
do you wanna
sizable
hold me?
dials.
Oh, okay. So let's.
okay.
Should we just like jump on like 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Now is it on 3 or is it on go?
Well, who's counting?
Go.
Rock, paper, scissors, right? No.
Should we do 3, 2,
We
1?
could do rock paper. Should we rock paper scissors for it, and then when we say shoot, we jump?
Maybe we count in German.
So do we?
Yeah, that's not one of my
That is-
languages I
That's
speak.
not a language I know. That's what I was
Do
gonna
we
say.
jump on Schnell?
What about
Who's
Italian?
Schnell? Are they a snail?
Schnell the snail, which is also kind of funny because Schnell is quickly.
You was
kinda
snail
like
the
calling
other
a-
day.
It's kind of like calling
Small
a fat person
snail kind
tiny.
of goes by.
Eyeballs.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Gary.
Wow.
Wait, you know him?
I know him.
Are we gonna do this, you guys?
Let's
Are
do
we-
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
Circles up on
step
the
on the
dial.
dial.
You step on the dial?
No.
Step on the dial.
Yeah, I
Step on the
stepped
dial.
on it.
Step on it.
Step on it.
Oh.
Let's go.
Steps on the dial. Deck saves.
What?
Deck
I
saves.
knew we were gonna pull some shit.
Andrew, you know,
Is BP going with you? Or is he staying in the forum?
BP's absolutely going.
Deck save for BP then.
Oh, I'm not worried. More worried about it.
Wait.
13.
17.
13.
Mom, I want to get picked up, please.
I rolled a 10.
I don't want to say what I got. I'm embarrassed. It's okay.
Solaris, Soraya, and Baranus? Would you guys?
I got a 18.
18?
Disgusting.
Twins?
So listen, listen, Mander.
Yeah, plead your case. I'm here for it.
You got to hear me out here, okay?
Go for it.
So, I think that because we saw the tiefling get on
Adam.
the plate and zoom up, I think that we should have the prior knowledge of what it's going to be like getting on this plate thing. So with that in mind,
Right.
I got a 14. And BP got a 25. We're not going to talk about BP getting a nat 20, okay? We're not going to talk about it.
Your mechanical contraption is more Dexy than you are?
No, he rolled a
What
nat
about
twenty.
+5 to his dex? He has
Does
a
Levi?
+5.
What is Levi? Does Levi roll?
Levi's in the cart. He's gonna stay
Oh,
with
that's
Kira.
right. Levi's not with us. Okay.
Levi and Kira are doing cart duty today.
Levi
Okay.
is having the time of his life somewhere else.
Last but not least, Soraya.
So Mander, listen,
Right.
hear me out.
Yeah, you saw the tiefling do it.
Uh-huh.
You got BP by you, Solaris is by you. What'd you
Right, and I have the biggest eyeballs in the group,
What
Right.
if?
arguably. And I'm water? I'm a fluid?
get? So you fly faster.
I'm just
Or you
saying.
fling faster, I
That's-
should say.
That's fair. That's a very astute and fair observation. Good one on you, KZ.
Commander,
Good one on you.
don't forget, she also can't see in the dark.
Shut the fuck up.
The goggles of dark vision
How
are
dare you.
still in the market, by the way.
They're still there.
Or are they? They don't say
So,
they're still there.
so Amanda, I rolled a 12.
Okay, the party succeeds.
Oh,
It was DC 10.
Whoa.
can't do that.
Spicy.
As the party
Spicy
kind of
Amanda roll.
whoosh, flies up, stops abruptly, and then zips off to the right there and flies up one of the arms into a room. Small library. Bookcases
Oh.
kind of like
I can't read.
pushed up against the sides of it. Nice little roaring fire as there's a desk with a tiefling and a halfling both sitting there as they both of them look up and see the group kind of appear on their area and then go right back to their papers.
Is it the same tiefling?
Different tiefling. This one is wearing blue and green robes. Blue and green, like diagonally striped robes. The halfling, not wearing robes, is wearing kind of more of a like generic tunic that you've seen, kind of worn by most of the common folk, but has a nice little like handkerchief kind of tied around in a vibrant yellow and red. Kind of sparkles a little bit in the light.
Do I, from my many travels up and down the Sword Coast, recognize said robes with my incredibly large eyeballs?
No.
Do I recognize anything in the room that might signify some kind of alliance and or subscription to a fan club? I don't know.
Subscription to
That's what I'm calling religions from now on, fan clubs.
with religions, no. I'll say that with a little bit of traveling you've done, you don't see any of the major gods. Give me a religion check as you're kind of looking around a bit more.
Me? What about, hear me out, what about perception?
Perception.
Religion.
Can I do religion?
do
Because
I
Can I do
perceive?
religion because I'm proficient?
I'll say either both of you can do it, or you can give the help action. So
I'll give
Or
it help.
religion?
Yep.
I'll
So
give
one
it
of
help.
you would roll and have advantage if you do help.
I'll do the help.
Okay,
So
you
decide
can roll,
between the
Casey.
two of you who will have advantage.
I'll do religion.
Okay.
So who's
Wait, what's your...
one of you will roll with advantage. Not both of you roll, only one.
Yeah, I'll just give her the help because I'm proficient in religion.
22.
That's with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. As Durham kind of leans over as you're kind of like pull out your book there, and you're kind of like looking around trying to see if you can find any religious icons that you can match up in the book. As Durham kind of goes, there's no gods here.
What about groups? Like secret societies? Like the Harpers or the Enclave?
No.
I'll say that since you've
Or
had
the
dealings
Dragon
with
Cult?
all three of those groups, you don't see any banners.
Commander, I think you're
Oh,
understanding what I'm asking. But okay. You're not letting me eyeball and it's making me upset.
Are you trying to check out the books themselves?
No, I'm trying to look around and see, because you know how like, okay, so you know how like different groups, like the Harpers wear blue and what, like silver, right? That's the colors, right? And then the Enclave wears green and I think like gold, and then like the Dragon Cult wears like the colors of Tiamat because they're little bitches, and then like different groupings and like I don't know what they're called anymore. What's the word? There's a word. What are they called?
You talking about gang colors? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah,
Kinda.
it sounds like what you're
those.
trying to do. Well, I'll say then with gang colors being what you're trying
Because you
to.
described the robe as like green striped. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, like what group of people, like what like secret society group gang wears those colors? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Or maybe like that the stripes maybe signify something, kind of like how like when you graduate, the cords on your robes mean something different. Like, does any of the wardrobe, I think, signify anything particular about any certain people that are in the room?
Yes. Thank you. English is hard. My English sometimes is not very good looking, but that's what I have friends for. They speak English for me.
He said gang gang.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm stupid. No, I'm not. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong one.
Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Oh my god, I'm stupid.
You had a whole ass existential crisis right there.
She said, and
This
I
is
quote,
why. This is why.
Oh my god, I'm stupid.
This is why I'm
Oh my god, that's funny.
Fuck.
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
I'm proficient in intelligence, okay? Oh, that was good.
Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Oh my god, I'm stupid. Oh my god. $25.
Okay.
I got a headache. I left too deeply.
It's
I hurt
always
my brain.
it's always the worst, isn't it?
I hurt my brain.
Okay. I'll say that on both of them, whether it's like a small pin on the handkerchief, or there's like a small kind of like brooch similar to that Solaris has with his blue robes, for his Harper symbol, that there's a small little icon, kind of like a, what is this, a diamond? A little diamond that's got like, kind of like, almost like horn-like V's on it of silver color, and the diamond itself being almost like an ivory color that's kind of like placed on like a brooch for the individual with the stripes, while the halfling has it kind of like a little pin that's on part of the handkerchief that he's wearing.
But do I recognize it?
Nope.
I see it.
This is the first time you've seen this symbol.
Interesting. Would I dare to be so bold? Do I dare? Alexa, stop. Do I dare? I'm gonna dare. I'm gonna meander on over.
Everybody watches Soraya kind of stare at them for a moment, then make her way up to their table as they're occasionally looking up like,
That's a mighty looking pin you got there.
yeah, what about it?
It's interesting. And I, myself, a woman of intellect, would like to know what it is.
Are you talking to the tiefling or the halfling?
I'm gonna talk to both of them.
So you kind of like go back between the two of them. Roll me 2d20.
2d20, Mander?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this thing rolls so aggressively. 11 and 2.
as you show a little interest in their pin and that, the halfling jumps up on top of the table there and goes, "Oh yeah, you like what you see, do you? It just catches the eye."
But what is it? I want to do the single eyeball blink.
Do your lizard blink at him. He goes, "Oh, this," as he gets really, really close and kind of flourishes the pin a bit more into your face. He goes, "This is what we get when we join the Brotherhood." As he kind of like casts a little bit of a spell, and it shines brightly in the dark room there as he casts light on it for the spellcasters.
Oh, that's
that
great.
know
I
that
don't have
spell.
dark vision, so I'm glad you did that. Did you know that water genasi are the only genasi to not have dark vision? Even though, realistically, it should make sense that water genasi have dark vision.
You
but
would
that's
think
beside the
that,
point.
wouldn't you? As the halfling kind of like sits back down and goes, "I completely
you.
understand what you're saying. Like so many other races have dark vision, but you guys don't. I don't understand it."
It's so unfair.
It is.
Personally, it's just truly a tragedy.
I think you should learn a spell that could teach you it. Are you new to the Brotherhood?
Yes.
Roll me
So are my
deception.
friends. And I'm gonna point at my friends. Deception.
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 Or by the item that has
Guidance.
dark vision. I know.
Solaris has made his way up and taps you.
Guidance. Okay.
What the was that?
That was a poopy roll, but hold on.
Oh, I thought you meant like you pooped. I was like, huh?
Last
She
week she
does that
peed.
from
This
time
week
to
is poop. That means that
17.
someone's gonna give me an encounter with pee.
It's a poopy girl.
I'm just a poopy girl. 17.
Yellow
17?
plants for you.
Oh my god, I could be a little plasmoid. That's
You're
gonna
Rob in the
be-
background like.
With 17, he kind of looks over to the tiefling next to him and goes, "New recruits! Look at that!
Huh?
New friends. What's your specialization?" "I myself, enchantment is what I specialize in."
Would I? Okay, Mander, hear me out. So one of my feats. Okay, this is me kind of metaing, not really. One of my feats is Magic Initiate. And I picked up, I think it was Warlock. I'm almost certain it was Warlock. I'm double checking to be sure. But, that being said, oh, Wizard. Okay, close enough. That being said,
So
Spellcaster, same thing. Anyway, so,
rude.
would I recognize the context clues?
As a spellcaster, as everyone in the group that is a spellcaster,
Except Carl.
would recognize that when he mentioned that his specialization is enchantment, he is referring to one of the schools of magic.
Okay,
I don't have one of those.
do I know the schools of magic?
The major schools.
As a druid?
I'll say the spellcasters, you all would have found out what the major schools are, as they are the schools of magic for your spells. Would be abjuration, divination, enchantment, illusion, conjuration, evocation, transmutation are the major ones.
Oh, so the things that Gale has. Okay, so the way that I know things. So stop it up there.
Do I strike her down here and now? Just be like, the
Yeah.
limb that you guys are on falls. Dex saving throw, disadvantage to ride.
So anyway.
So
It was
anyway.
Rob typing aggressively when I said that. So,
It's probably him texting me
Gale
like,
can't
kill
really
him.
sleep.
Murder.
Murder character.
So I specialize in conjuration.
Ooh, a conjurer.
Yeah.
That's fun. What can you do? Wait, like,
Right.
conjure me something. Come on. It'd be fun.
Oh,
Easy, 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 easy,
Easy.
easy,
Easy peasy.
Easy
peasy.
GG.
Easy GG. Do you have something that I can aim at
Yeah.
without hurting anybody?
Sure, yeah, definitely. As he pops off his chair, walks over, picks up a book, puts it on a pedestal, and goes, that.
Does it look like a good book?
Decently thick book, a nice purple little velvety cover on it.
I'm gonna
Very
hit it
thick
with
tome.
Ice Knife at first level. Actually, no, I'm gonna hit it with Ray of Frost because I'm not trying to use a spell slot for this shit. Ray of Frost.
Very fast. So you cast out Ray of Frost there. It's a dex save, I believe it has to make.
The book?
Yeah.
No, it's just a hit.
Okay. Roll a hit.
I think it is. I'm double checking. Yeah, it's rolled to hit. Okay. 14.
14 will hit. Roll me damage.
Can you imagine I miss? It takes 9 frost damage.
The book there explodes with a casting of Ray of Frost as it kind of like shatters into pieces once it's frozen over completely.
Ta-da!
Oh. What'd you say your school of magic was? You said conjuration?
Yeah, I can make ice.
That was evocation.
I'm still learning.
Oh. So you're new.
I'm really new.
You sure you're not like an evocation major, baby?
I don't know. My advisor put me in a school. I think they were
My
wrong.
advisor. My advisor. Oh my god.
I think Walter just got PTSD. I think Walter just got PTSD.
You should speak to the registrar's office.
Vietnam flashback. Vietnam flashback.
Are you okay?
My student advisor must have misplaced me.
I think I might major wrong.
Well then. And your
Okay.
friends here, you said they're also spellcasters. What schools do you guys all have? What's your major?
Okay, Mickey, relax. Boy.
Ah, yes. The School of the Mouse. Necromancy. Dark magic. Forbidden magic.
Walter, breathe.
Anti-magic?
Anti-magic.
It's a new major. They just added it this year.
How does it work?
Shoot something at me.
Shoot something at him. Your evocation, do it, as he points to Soraya.
I don't want to hurt you.
You won't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go for it. You're good. You're good.
I'll do Ray of Frost again.
She goes to cast Ray of Frost at you.
Yeah. I rolled a hit.
What are you doing there, cowboy?
Counter spell.
Am I gonna hit myself?
No. What are
You're
you
doing-
casting your spell at?
This does matter for counterspell. Before it didn't matter when you did it because it was very low magic, so it determines what you cast the spell at now.
It's still a cantrip.
Okay.
Mine's a level 3.
Yeah, same thing as before. Is like you go to like take the magic and whelp it up and throw it. Nothing happens. As you kind of see a little bit of snowflakes kind of fall out of your hand there.
Abjuration.
Oh. You're part of the abjuration school. Nice.
So I can do a lot of things, technically.
That's good. That's good. You can do a lot of things. The abjuration's good magic. I'll say that. Evocation's really good though. That's good though. What about the rest of you? What fun magics can you do?
Yes, so I'm actually a transfer from the Academy of Arcane Arts. I don't know if you've heard of it.
It's a real school, I swear.
Kind of like.
No.
No.
My backstory.
I don't know that one. That's okay. There's a lot of magic schools out there, so.
But I heard of this institution's vast magical knowledge, and as I am I belong to the school of. I don't know if I should say it. Necromancy? Yeah. I don't have a phylactery, don't worry.
You say necromancy. The halfling looks over the tiefling, who looks up and reaches out, and a staff comes flying into his hand, palms it immediately, and kind of points it at you and goes, "What school did you say you were from? A transfer?"
The Arcane Academy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not merely a school, it's more a nexus of magical power and scholarly pursuit where we don't infringe on one's passion for learning. Though I'm not evil per se, I feel that it is important to understand all schools of magic if we are to protect ourselves from them.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
Fuck yeah.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
Is it because I use Nexus? So that's gonna be that's gonna be a 28.
As the tiefling behind the desk there puts their staff down next to them, there, it kind of just stands all by itself. Kind of just looks at you and goes, "Very well. The Brotherhood understands the need for the pursuit of knowledge of the arcane arts. Pray, though, that your pursuit of knowledge does not come at the folly of the Brotherhood."
I wouldn't think of it. But if you got any dead people around here, I could talk to them for you if you want.
There are no dead here at the moment. There would have been, had you misspoken more.
Oh. He's harmless.
Terrible.
So they turn their attention to Carl and Solaris. What schools do you claim?
Hello. I am foreign exchange student.
Hello. What school do you adhere to?
Eh. And then I'm gonna look to Carl, and I'm going to telepathically say, "Pretend like you are my translator. I'm gonna speak to you in a random language. Just like translate for me."
Yeah, this is he's I was assigned to him. He's a foreign exchange student. And that's what he's trying to say to you. I'm gonna speak back to him in giant. and explain whatever is said to Lawrence.
Giant. Good choice.
Sure.
I guess.
Very well. So, Solaris, do you understand Giant?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with no. What
I
do
don't
you-
want to do
This
it.
is the most chaotic.
What do you say, Carl?
I'm just gonna say random words. I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna make any sense at all because I have a feeling he doesn't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I'm gonna assume that nobody around me also doesn't know this, so I'm just gonna start rattling off some random ass gibberish giant, and you know, just just say you're doing well, keep playing along. They're doing good, and he wants to know what you're saying, and
Wait, are you saying? Is he saying this in? He's saying random words in fucking.
and giant, yeah.
I'm gonna
He's
go over
over
there
there
and be
saying
like,
like bathroom,
I'm gonna smack Carl in the back of the head and be like, "You just called so fat. How could you do that?"
Roll to hit.
With a hand,
Unarmed strike.
unarmed strike.
So there it was.
Dirty 20.
That hit.
So I'm good. You see trick.
Hold on. Sorry.
Hold on.
Does it-
What is the damage?
See, not much. It's
What is
it's
it?
one of my weak. It's 4, bro.
Okay. We'll take 4 damage.
I'm not very punchy.
Okay, so I'm just kind of flinch and take the hit and just be like, don't mind him. I can do this. I mean, and I'm just gonna cast cure wounds on myself. Can I do that? Just as like a, I'm not a spellcaster, but I can, I'm here to I can do this. Can I do that? Is that allowed? You're also quiet. It's making me nervous.
Isn't it the worst when he does this?
Yeah.
On the smack, can I give him mage armor?
Oh. I already took the 4 damage. You're good, dude. I was already like at 80. I had already taken damage from before.
I'm assuming that your view of Durham has not changed as friend,
Oh, I'm annoyed.
but do you see him as hostile? That is the key phrase.
Damn.
Do you see him as hostile?
Chris, what is wrong?
It's up to you. This is up to you. You can see him as hostile or not. I will let you pick because you have been traveling with him for a while.
I'm gonna say no right now because I'm so immersed in what I'm trying to do right now with Solaris that was more of like an annoying little like tap. You know what I mean?
I'm okay with that.
I feel like that would make more sense.
So you said some randomness. He slapped you. You healed yourself. Take your healing.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that and do all that. Yeah.
As they'll nod and go, healing. No, very nice. Helpful to have. As they look to Solaris and go,
Sweet.
okay. So what are you guys here for? Is they're just gonna glass over that you're even there at this point. With the whole everything that just happened, they're just like, okay.
High wizard and over wizards.
You want to meet them all.
We have to get some paper signed for the transfer.
Well, that would just be us.
Something...
We're like the front
Oh!
desk. We would handle your transfers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not coming from Strixhaven. It's usually nice when Strixhaven does it, because like then when you move on, you just move on.
Well, I think we lost the paperwork is the problem. I can't really read. People have to read things to me, which is why we have a translator. So
That's why we have a translator. He's our fucking translator.
You say that
He's
you can
Google
see
Translate.
both the tiefling and the halfling kind of like look at each other for a moment. What's everyone's passive insight?
not high enough.
11.
16.
11, yeah.
13.
I'm gonna assume that answers the question. Okay. 16 though for you, Durham?
Yep.
I'll say with your 16, as like you're able to catch, like they're not hiding that they're looking at each other. They're very like blatant with their movements at the moment as they look between each other. I'll say that with a 16, they're a little suspicious at this point. You're gaining that the story is not adding up to them in a way that makes sense.
Okay.
We brought here for meeting.
For
Meat. Meat? We
I
come for
can't.
meat.
I can't.
For what? As they look to
Ah,
Carl as the translator and go, help.
It's
I'm just gonna speak
secrets.
more giant at Solaris and be like,
It's secrets. Hello is secret.
It's a secret. It's a secret. As they look between the whole group. What's the secret?
Top tier secret.
Possible world calamity event.
Hello.
Oh. World
Hello.
a world
"Okay."
world calamity event.
There's no way.
Clams.
Okay then.
Levi's jeans.
That's something. Okay. As the halfling kind of just makes his way back to the table and sits down, and the tiefling kind of waves his hand for a moment as a stack of papers, small stack of papers, comes up in front of him. As he goes, what kind of calamity? As he puts his finger down on the paper. As you can see, there's a long list of items on it. From meteor striking the Sword Coast to infernal uprising. Or a couple that the party can easily make out as they're standing by the table.
She's technically at a game. She's technically in
Over
hell,
table.
right? Would that been considered Inferno Uprising?
It's over the table. You can discuss it.
Yeah, like would that be considered that, or were we talking about death
Well,
from above?
Infernal would denote that Tiamat was infernal, and she's not. But we could just say there's a large presence that has gained considerable momentum in these past months that seek to usher in the return of Tiamat.
Do they like Tiamat?
I could give a shit.
The Dung Beetles gave a shit last session.
The king bee.
They gave a lot of shit.
Very well. What do
What
you
if-
say, Durham? Unless you guys are still discussing over the table.
I was gonna say, what if we're just vague?
Well,
Like, not-
I mean, they're already catching on, and I can already
But
see
like
that they're-
mention Tiamat, but like don't mention whether we support or are against Tiamat. More so mention that it has to do with the
Dragon Cult.
with the dragon cult and their success.
Okay.
Because then that doesn't say like whether we're fighting against or for the success.
It's more like information gathering, I guess. in a
Yeah.
way. Okay. It's pertaining to do with the recent events of Dragon Cult and making headway on bringing back Tiamat.
Roll me
To
persuasion.
this realm.
Like.
What?
Roll me persuasion.
Can I do a stealthy guidance just in case?
Roll me stealth. How do you roll me sleight of hand? Actually,
But I already rolled stealth and it was so good.
go for it.
It's the same modifier. Can I just leave the roll?
Then fine.
Is it 30-20?
Very well. You are guided.
Okay. So you get a plus D4.
Thank
This is
you,
persuasion that you're rolling.
KZ. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I got a 25.
As the tiefling there's kind of scrolling down the list and goes, "Oh, Tiamat, tease. Yeah, that's new. Okay. Throws the papers behind him as they disappear into the air, like
Oh.
as he goes, well, that's okay. Stands up, picks up his staff, makes his way over between a pair of bookcases and goes, yeah, this way. This way. Come, this way.
Follow.
I'll go that way. Is
While he's doing that to talk to him, I'm gonna say this way in giant because I do speak giant.
yeah. The only two party
George
members that speak giant.
Washington's Bridge.
Not just fucking follow.
Follow.
Hello.
The party follows the tiefling down a long line of bookcases down to a far end of the room here, as there's another dial there, and goes, okay, stay here. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Okay? As he bangs his staff on the ground, as chairs for the party appear out of the air as he steps onto the dial, and off he goes up to another, up and through a wall and out of sight. As the halfling's just kind of sitting there on a table, swinging his legs underneath him, goes, so, Tiamat, huh? That's fun.
Yeah.
Is your friend okay?
Like blink.
Are you feeling okay?
Ah. No.
No. He reaches in his pocket.
He says he wants some shrimp.
Oh. So he was holding out like a little bit of like jerky. He goes, oh, I don't have shrimp. A jerky.
Ah.
Eat. Ang. Or lick, I guess. So you're how'd you guys find out about like a Tiamat thing? That's kind of big.
In a weird day.
You're telling me.
The dragon cult killed my friends and family.
I'm gonna telepathically tell him that was too much. That was too fast and too much.
The halfling kind of just slides off the table and goes, have a great rest of your day, and just makes his way down the hall.
Wait,
I can just
wouldn't
imagine
this,
running
wouldn't
off
this,
and just
wouldn't
leaving
this
like
be
a
the
little
first
clap.
time I hear her in my head? Like, wouldn't that shit catch me off guard?
Does it catch you off guard?
I mean, a little bit. It's the first time it's ever happened to me.
Very well. Catches you off
Ooh,
guard.
this is your conscience. Do I see it on his face? Do I see it on your face?
This is inner party, however you guys want to
Yeah.
play it. The halfling has slid and walked off already. He's gone. He's like, nope, don't want anything to do with this.
Ooh, This is your conscience. Ah.
Why does my conscience sound like a ghost from Tom and Jerry?
So we're no longer around the tiefling and halfling, correct?
Nope, the halfling went too much baggage and walked off. and the
Oh, thank
tiefling
God.
is currently gone.
Oh, that was rough, y'all.
At a game. Nomad, what are you eating? You use chopsticks, so I'm intrigued.
Sushi.
Ooh,
I knew
Potato
it.
chips.
papas con carne.
Ah.
So do we just
Yeah, I don't think they like.
go?
No, they told us to
Going
wait
in?
and sit. They told us to wait and sit.
How long do we have to wait?
Hopefully not long. I would say let's just look. Here's the thing. There's a lot of magic in this place, and I don't think we have the right kind of stuff to fight over wizards and high wizards.
Okay, but what if we play rock, paper, scissors while we wait?
Fine.
Who has to go first?
Oh, okay. I'll let Carl go first.
Okay. Do you remember how to play? Okay.
I don't remember
So,
anything.
okay, you're right. Okay, so you're gonna put your hair like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna count to 3, right? And then on 3, you're either gonna do rock, which looks like this, paper, which looks like this, or scissors, which looks like this. Okay? But don't tell me what you're picking. You just do the gesture on 3. Okay? Ready? Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3.
Lizard poison Spock. I win.
You win, Carl. Good job.
Is there
So
anything to look at?
There are a decent amount of books. Like a lot. Like the it's like a small library up here, basically.
Hmm.
Don't touch the big red button.
Budget.
Are they labeled? Like, is anything labeled, or is it just like a bunch of just
Open it up.
random books?
Do you
Or is it
go-
more like set up like a Barnes and Noble, where like there's like a little title at the top that says young adult?
No titles on the young adult.
Wait, they have that in a Barnes and Noble?
Yes.
Barnes and Noble.
Noble.
What
Barnes and
store is
Noble.
that?
I don't know. I've never been in one.
Barnes and Noble.
You should. It's good for you.
Oh, that's a little cold.
Roll
I'm
me
kidding.
perception, Solaris.
You heard me, mi
Perception.
corazón.
That is going to be a 15.
15. So you're kind of looking around at the nearest books by you on a shelf not too far from you there. You see that they say things regarding the titles being underneath them in common, I should add. It's like some of them have like Elvish, Common, and Infernal, and some other languages and that written on them. But underneath them, they're all having like a common title underneath. As they say things as the summonings of otherworldly deities, the summoning of rabbits and small rodents, the summonings of fish in a barrel,
In a barrel.
the study of big, scary giants are some of the closest titles that you can see.
A lot of summoning. Seems like we're in the S's. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill. I don't know how to read.
I went from I can't read maps to I can't read at all now.
That's right. Sarai's the one that doesn't know how to read. I'm the one that can't read. That's right.
Alright, I was like, what did it upgrade or degrade?
Can I take a short rest while we're waiting?
It changes.
Short rest is 1 hour.
Well, whatever rest until these people come and get us.
Party wants to take a short rest. Are you guys hurt?
Can I make bubbles?
I am.
I am not.
I don't think anyone has damage. Are you hurt,
I think.
Durham?
Me? No. Remember, because
Oh.
I got the temporary things.
The temporary things.
Things.
You're temporary hit
Things.
points?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just trying to regain spell slots? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. The party wants to expend one short rest.
I want to expend anything.
No.
I'll take a short rest, but I don't want to expend anything.
I don't. Are we gonna be here for an hour? Waiting?
Could be.
Can I
Could be,
read
we
my
don't
book?
know.
You
How
could
long
Yeah,
has
I'd
it
like
been
to-
so far?
I'd like to peruse their books.
I would like to read my book.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a rest. Me too.
Even though I'm illiterate.
It's a coloring book.
It's got pictures.
It says Jesus loves me, and you have to color in the lines.
It's very Soraya coded that she colors outside
On the
lines.
third day, Palm Sunday.
Well, this is like a waiting room with books.
Yes,
Yeah, pretty much.
you're
Okay.
basically
You're in
it's
a
a
doctor's
library
office.
waiting room. There's a shit ton of books. The halfling's out of sight. He's walked off. He's gone. He wants nothing to do with you guys.
It wasn't even that much baggage. I literally just told him the truth.
Mm.
Sometimes truth hurts.
Some people don't want to deal with the extra baggage.
Yeah, very surface
That's what my
level.
father
Very
Welcome to
saturated.
my world.
He said no, thank you. Double and give for the next person, and walked off.
Can I read my book?
Yes.
He's an emotionally unavailable halfling.
He's not relationship material for you, Durham. You can find better.
Yeah, you could do a lot better.
Don't
Maybe
worry.
even taller.
So, Soraya, you're reading your book. What would you like to do? It gives you advantage on religion checks. So, anything particular you're trying to find out about religions?
I want to read it in general, but with a focus on the deity that I met at the fountain.
Okay.
Baby, you want a pillow for your bed?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm good. My picture fell.
I love you.
If you don't.
Roll me religion with advantage. And is there anything particular you're trying to discern about it before you roll?
I want to learn about this deity that I have somehow gained the favor of.
Okay.
So like whatever information there is really about like who they
Alright.
fuck with,
Who they
who
fuck?
they are,
Okay.
what they like, what they don't like,
Whatever.
where they are, how do I call them in case of an emergency, break the glass.
Bet you dance.
Roll religion with advantage.
For little me. Where the fuck is religion? There it is. Okay.
Do the veggie dance. Do the veggie
Oh, but that
dance.
one's so good. Oh, okay. 23.
23. So as you are reading on Ishte, the Water Lord, as she is called, you do find in your book other titles of the Water Lord: King of the Water, Elementals, God King of the Undines. Typically worshipped by those of a neutral alignment, neither good nor evil. Comes in many forms, from the female form that you saw at the fountain in the market there, from drops of rain, the ocean waves, even a gigantic water elemental being forms that she has taken. The symbol of this god is a cascading wave coming down upon itself. As you continue reading on there for that hour, you do find that that the followers believe that Ishati encompassed the elemental plane of water as a distinct divine realm that they resided in. And that their typical worshippers, besides sailors and pirates, would be water elementals, aquatic elves, water genasi, and others who felt a bond with the destructive power of the ocean. The biggest worship center being that in Kalimshan, where most of the shrines would be for them. Not part of the Sword Coast itself per se, a bit decently farther down from where you guys are at. Over by the Trackless Sea. Which would be a fair distance from you guys. And I'd say that would be what you would be able to find in your bit of reading over the hour there.
I have such a wrinkly brain.
Anything else?
It's just gonna be me sleeping.
Durham is snoring in their chair. The rest of the party, as Soraya is reading a book that she pulls out of her pack.
Is it just books in here? Is that all we can see?
Just books?
Doors? Any staircases? Anything like that?
Nope.
Come on, Mirabelle.
What about?
No.
Can I start looking for secret doors, like just pulling books?
Roll me investigation.
Investigation.
Secrets.
Well, I am proficient. That is a 9 plus 6 is 15.
15, he says to me. As Durham kind of goes down one of the paths there, or not Durham, as Carl goes down one of the paths there, moving out of sight of the party at large, and walks, as you can kind of occasionally hear him kind of like pull a book, put it back, pull a book, put it back. As it kind of like dulls in the back of the mind of the party, as like the sound just kind of like slowly fades off into the distance as he continues walking and walking and walking. As Carl, as you continue to pull a book, put it back, pull a book, put it back, pull a book, put it back, pull up, and you hear a small click sound.
No fucking way that works.
As you're kind of like pull back from the shelf there, as near the floor of the bookcase that you're standing in front of, you can tell that there's a tile that's popped up.
I'm gonna reach down and lift it up.
So you reach down, lift it up. A small book is inside, kind of like one that you would kind of like put maybe in like a coat pocket, like a very small book.
Like a pocket Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read it.
What languages do you know?
I know Giant. I know Dwarvish and Common. That is it.
Do I see Carl looking at this book?
Nope, he is out of sight of the party.
Oh,
Because he kept going and going and going and going.
Mother of Christ.
I'm gonna assume that it's not any one of those languages.
Roll me. Roll me a d8.
You get to roll your fancy D8 now.
Yeah,
No,
we're
I'm
talking
gonna
about that.
I'm gonna roll a different one. I'm gonna roll a different one. Fatty. I fucking rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled the fatty.
Roll
Rolled a
me a d4.
2.
It's like, now roll me a percentage.
The sushi, I'm rolling bad now.
This is pretty good sushi.
It's Costco sushi.
Oh.
So it's mid, but does the job.
I had HEB sushi today. So equivalent to, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll me a d8 again.
Pedro.
It's a 5.
So,
Oh, I like that one.
what languages do you know again? One more time.
I'm in Dwarvish Giant.
Okay. As I pick up this book, you can't read it, but there are 5 pages in the book with some sort of odd text on it. You're not too sure what it is.
I will bring it back to the party and say, guys, I found a thing. I don't know what it says, but
I could give it a once over.
I was about to say, question, am I awake after him doing this for so long? Because you're saying he did it to the point where he's out of sight.
He's out of sight, but you're just resting, so you could take a nap, wake up, things like that.
Oh,
But
Okay.
Hermaeus, if you'd like to take a look at it, what languages do you speak? I feel like you speak this language, though.
I actually have a little something called Eyes of the Runekeeper, which allows me to read all languages and writings.
This is true.
Okay, fancy.
What languages do you know, though? Because I'm more
But
than positive you do
I
know this
know
language.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, Infernal, and Orc.
You do know it. Without casting a
What do
spell, it is Elvish.
Hey!
As
Shit, fucking
it is
awesome.
written in just that language. There's no common, like some of the books that you see throughout, the majority of the books that you've seen throughout the library, where they have like an English or a common translation underneath the titles themselves and that. As the title of this book is The Unabridged Codex of Grace. A small pocket book that contains 5 spells prepared. The spells being Blade Ward, Acid Splash, Chill Touch, Alarm, and Mage Armor.
Would I be able to, since I have an ink and quill, would I be able to write out the translation on a piece of parchment paper to use as like a guide almost in common?
What is your passive arcana skill? So it's just 10 plus whatever your arcana is.
14.
14? I'll say that without, you don't have to roll anything for it. I'll say that I'll say that a bit of time, as these are pretty low level spells, you're able to do it over the course of the next 10 or so minutes if you'd like to write out translation real quick, so that way any of your party members that don't know Elvish are able to use the spells.
I'd like to do it for...
Okay. They'll still...
Yeah, I want to do it for Coral, yeah.
Okay. They would still act as normal spell scrolls, so once the spell is used, it will combust and it will no longer be part of the codex.
Combust.
Do you need the spells again, Carl? I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
Blade Ward, Acid Splash, Chill Touch, Alarm,
Oh, cowboy.
and Mage Armor. They're all at 2nd level. I'll say that you're able to discern this for him, Hermaeus.
Of course. I already know a few of these spells there, Carl, so I figure it'd be better used in your hands.
Well, lucky find. I appreciate your assistance.
No problem, buddy.
I'm gonna go back and look for a door now.
Anything else the rest of the party's doing over the course of time that Carl is gone, left, came back, and had the book translated by Hermaeus there?
Can I try to teach BP a trick? Just like a very quick trick.
Sure.
I just want him to be able to stand on his hind legs and stand on one leg while putting his other leg out.
Give me...
So I want him to be able to like...
Give
On
me
command.
a dexterity check.
For BP or me?
BP, since he's the one doing the trick.
For both.
Mama. Dex was almost his middle name.
Dex
21.
21.
Get that in my
As
laboratory.
you show BP how to do it, he immediately just does it. Almost like as you're going to go do it, he stands up and does it with you.
Okay, now, when he's like this, I need him to now turn and death drop.
Con save.
In him, little leader
In him little leader Jose, he working the house down boots, mama. In him little leader Jose.
He almost started throwing gold at him.
That is going to be a 17?
So he falls down with a loud bang there onto the stone floor. As Carl, before you can even go to walk off, you hear this and turn and see BP just kind of like death dropped onto the floor as he's just belly up.
I'm going to
Just
throw
be like,
5 gold on BP.
"Yeah, Same. Me too.
As with a rush of wind and that, the tiefling has reappeared. So he comes in and sees you both throwing gold at BP and goes, transfers. Right.
Hello.
Everyone onto the dial, please.
It's 5
The-
gold, right?
5 gold.
I drew
Oh my
5
God.
gold.
Whatever BP's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
do about him, because I don't think he's got pockets.
He has a little pocket on his lederhosen. Lederhosens have pockets.
He's got pockets?
You got a little front pocket, yeah.
You know, a little front pocket with a little button.
One.
So you,
Put his little golds in
between the
there.
two of you guys, and
Where's-
kind of like help him put it in his gold in his pockets there.
Oh, he has
Baby.
little, little bulge it out a little bit because
Jesus.
it's just a little over full.
The party gets onto the dial with the tiefling there.
Fuck it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dex save.
Rob said yes.
So he goes, good luck, as he steps off and bangs on the dial as you go and fly into a wall.
A wall
A wall. As you guys,
Like splat onto a wall?
as you guys
or through it?
wince ready to get impact into the wall, you phase through it.
Gross.
Harry Potter is
As
crazy.
You become ethereal for a moment.
Harry Potter really different these days.
The party comes out through one of the limbs of the tree there. As you can see the scan below you as it's farther into the day at this point. As you continue into this massive main spire as you're flying up 300 feet, 400 feet, 500 feet, and then
Did
land
I tell you I'm scared of heights?
into the middle spire there as you come flying in and land on another dial. So we'll take a break there.
We have,
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Take a small
Excellent.
break before we begin this next part of the host tower. As there are 5 individuals standing, waiting for you.
Ew.
But we'll be
Is there
back.
a couch? Is there a couch in the middle?
Get water. There's no couch. Get water. Go pee. Do something. We'll be right back.
Yoro ba 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 ba.
Yo, well, ba.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Baka.
None
He said no. So, as the party has returned, we can continue on now. To the Arcane Brotherhood. So, as the group comes in there, coming back to a physical state, with no damage done to you, as you've traveled through 2 sets of walls and landed 300 feet higher than you were before.
It's a baby.
So, I'll say at large, the party knows if you fall from the height you currently are at without some sort of spell to stop you, you will die. So don't jump out the tower. Party mechanic.
I would like to.
There is a window. Would you like to jump out the window?
No.
Okay. As the party looks around, similar to the council chambers that you guys had been in Waterdeep, the difference here being that instead of being kind of in a secluded underground area where there were like pools of water and that kind of like gave like this air of elegance to it. Here, as you can see out these large bay windows that kind of go around the whole top end of this spire, letting in light from the bit of last bit of day that Lascan has, casting colors of red and blue and green and yellows and variety of other shades of colors as they kind of come cascading through and kind of do like this lovely patchwork all around the room. About 20 feet from you, up on a raised platform with steps going up to them, are 4 individuals, 2 on each side, as the center of it goes up another 5 or so feet taller to another individual on their own platform as they sit there on chairs looking down towards the group. The first one going from left to right and leaving the middle, the tall seat for last. The first one being a tiefling, as she's standing by her chair for a moment there, the sudden appearance of the party. Tall and imposing tiefling woman with icy blue lips and eyes that the party can make out even from the distance they're at, that contrast her kind of like reddish hue skin, wearing kind of like a frosty collared cloak of whites and blues, and that with a long high collar on it, and silver hair that comes down and flows like a waterfall down her sides. The next one, being next to her, sitting is a dragonborn, kind of hunched over in his chair, strong muscular build, with red and gold scales all over his body that you can see, and a strong jawed face, dressed in deep reds and vibrant yellows that as he kind of moves and shifts his weight every once in a while, it almost looks like flames flickering in the distance. On the other side is a half-elf as she sits proper with her hands crossed in her lap there, of porcelain skin and pale, piercing violet eyes. A bit of elegance is kind of like comes off of her that the party feels as she wears loose white and black robes that don't really fit her form or give any thoughts to like if she's carrying any weapons or that on her. With short black hair that just comes down and frames her face right above her shoulders. The last individual at the lower platform, halfling, it's kind of like playfully sitting there with kind of like a small bit of stick and that in his hand, as he kind of fiddles around with it, kind of looks over with a little smirk and a little twinkle in his eye. Vibrant blues, greens, and some deep browns come over his tunic and that he's wearing, that has it kind of like opened up on his chest, as you can kind of see kind of like an athletic build underneath his clothes. And the last individual at the tall seat there, a half-elf, or not half-elf, high elf, with slender figure, blue piercing eyes that as he makes eye contact with each of you, you can kind of feel almost like part of you is being analyzed more than the rest had. And as he finishes staring at you up and down for a moment, a little smirk comes over and disappears as he moves on to the next and continues doing this as he eyes you all. Wearing muddled dark-colored robes with long black hair that's pulled back behind his head. As the tiefling standing at the moment looks over to the party and goes, "Welcome, travelers. It's been brought to our attention in the short time that you've come to Lascan, let alone the host tower, that you bring information. Your tale of transfer students, those to learn the arts.
Yes.
Is this the truth you wish to tell us?"
I'll let our foreign exchange student answer that.
gonna start speaking giant.
Oh.
What do you start saying in
Like
giant, Carl?
I think we should tell them the truth at this point. That's what I want to say in giant.
With a loud bang as the dragonborn brings down his fist and goes, in giant. So there's a lie and there's a truth to be told.
You caught me. You caught me. I can speak common.
This whole time?
This whole time.
Delayed reaction.
What am I here for?
I just wanted a friend.
Okay. I'm gonna just because Carl, I'm gonna say this over the table right now. Carl wants to get information from these guys.
Hey,
Do you know what I mean?
come here.
So tell the truth.
Tequila,
I'm thinking maybe
come here.
Well, there's no problem. Who knows? They might be able to help us far in. So why not? You know.
It is the nighttime.
I'm quite weary because we don't know who from the cult has
Infiltrated.
seeds where. And the last thing we would want is to be like, hey, we're here to fight the cult, and then be like,
No.
no. Or give us false information.
I mean, even if they tell us no, I mean, we're still gonna fight the cult regardless.
Well, yes, but how would we know what information to go off of? You
How
know,
are
like
we
we might as well
gonna
get
know?
accurate
How would they
information
know?
if we're gonna get information.
So
So we need to find out.
It's a good thing you're a Harper.
We need to find out their at like where they are. Is do they have like do they give off like cult vibes?
Is
don't
there
know.
Kool-Aid in a pitcher?
Right, like
Where's the Kool-Aid?
like is
Give me more. Give me more. What do you mean by cult vibes? I'll say that you do not see, as you look around, everyone's passive. You can tell that there's no real calling of the cult. You don't see the symbol of the 5-headed dragons. You don't see all the colors that resemble the dragons. There's nothing that blatantly screams cult here. Unless there's specifically something you're looking for, or if you're trying to be insightful from them to gain more, I guess.
So they're all like, you know, like looking at us because, you know, we cute or whatever. And I just want to like, so like with them looking at us, do I feel like, because like, you know, people will look at you with like curiosity, or they'll look at you with like if you break into their house, they look at you with like a different look than you would look at
Just-
like someone
gotta
that's like
smile us.
acting weird in public or something. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna give them different looks, but they're still like, what the fuck are you doing? But like they're different vibes. You know what I mean? So like I'm wondering, like, is anyone giving us like a look of like,
You don't believe
as opposed to like just genuinely curious as to why we're here?
Roll me insight.
Okay.
I do help.
Are the vibes vibing?
What are the vibes? Because the vibes,
Are they
the
hitting
vibes
different?
over here.
Can
I
give
don't
help
know.
Action?
What would be their favorite
Can I
guest
give
on the
help action?
podcast?
You can give the help
Yeah.
action. As like you two
Yeah,
kind
'cause
of
I'm-
whisper to each other as you're kind of looking them all over.
I got a 19 both times, so that is going to be a dirty 20.
Very well. As you're looking them over, the tiefling, her presence is very strong. as she's the only one out of them all standing instead of sitting in her chair. She gives off not an air of mystery, but determination for sure. As like her eyes, as both of you kind of make eye contact with her, you see her look you in the eye, and resolve is in her. Kind of like not like a fiery passion, but like an icy blast of snow. Kind of like comes from her as she's strong in whatever thoughts that she has. Whether they're against you or not, it's hard to tell. So thus far, as there hasn't been much into the conversation with her yet. The Dragonborn, he does not have the same ferocity, though it did come out with hearing the giant speech coming from Carl. But since then, he's kind of like got his kind of like a leisured stance, one arm kind of pushed down into one arm of the chair, and another one holding up his jaws. He's just kind of like glazes over the group, but not with the same ferocity that the tiefling had. The half-elf woman, as you look at her, she just kind of slowly blinks her eyes, cool and calm composure over her face. She's just kind of like, doesn't really look at you all, but is just kind of like aware of her situation and the surroundings around her more. I'll say that with a 19, you said, correct? Or dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. With a dirty 20, I'll say you can tell that her presence of mind is here, but also not at the same time. As every once in a while she closes her eyes, and you can kind of like just see the fluttering of her eyes underneath her closed lids, and then they open up, but the composure is still there. The halfling, as he kind of like looks around a little bit sheepily and lazily, as he kind of goes back and plays with the odd assortment of like weird twig and string that he's got with him, kind of just isn't there, but is there so far. Lastly, the high elf has like almost like a smirk, but an amusement though at the situation, I'll say, that he has found himself in.
Okay. So off the bat, I don't think anyone's giving immediately like vibes, but I'm going to look over at Hermie. And I'm going to telepathically ask him if he can kind of like get them in conversation about like the cult, or like about like what's going on in the world, whatever it may be, like, and then possibly then I could detect thoughts while they're having the conversation from the side, to where we can find out what they might be thinking on the inside, and then hopefully we can get some insight that way to better gauge as to how we should approach the conversation.
I will give a slight nod.
So, Hermaeus, you step forward out of the group.
Mm-hmm. So have y'all heard about these cultists that have been going around? Trying to bring back some sort of dragon god?
The occurrences of cults may be something that some of us are aware of, determining our individual paths of magic as the tiefling continues the conversation.
Interesting. And have y'all had any sort of run-ins with them, or perhaps heard of any of your many scholars running into them?
As all four of them turn their attention to the half-elf woman that currently has her eyes closed as you're talking there, Hermaeus. As she, a moment goes by, as you can still see like the flicking of her eyes underneath her eyelids. She opens her eyes once more and goes, "If there is anything of that nature, I cannot see it."
So do you have some sort of some prescience there?
You say this to the half-elf?
Yeah.
She just kind of looks at you for a moment and goes, "My powers need not concern you."
Hmm. Hmm. So
They
no
serve me
one's
well.
come to you? I'm sure they do. Not in this situation, I'm sure. So absolutely nothing.
Can I detect thoughts on the tiefling?
On the tiefling?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Detect thoughts. I believe I need to make a
I
saving
think that's a
throw
you.
if you are
Yeah,
trying to probe
wisdom.
differently.
Wisdom.
I'm assuming you're trying to probe deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's not gonna give me anything on the base level.
The tiefling, or are you trying to do it to the half elf? Everyone at the
The tiefling.
Okay, I just want to make sure because everyone looked at the half elf when Hermaeus asked this question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The half elf, he says to me. Or not the half elf, the tiefling. It's a dude. He has come. And you said wisdom?
Wisdom.
Okay. What's the DC?
16.
That is a failure.
Okay.
You shift your attention to another creature's thoughts. Probe deeper. If you probe deeper, the target makes blah blah blah. If you succeed, if it fails, you gain insight into any reason, if any, emotional state, something that looms. Okay. So as you probe deeper into the mind of the tiefling, there, I'll say that you can see in her thoughts. Well, I guess here would be the better word. I hear her go, "This meeting is pointless. I don't know why we're even bothering entertaining them. Should just send them on their merry way. No one can withstand the Brotherhood." Because only you can hear this.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm gonna telepathically direct this to Hermie. That way Hermie knows what's going on. And then I'm going to can I also like give like a quick like glance at Soraya. And I'm gonna be like they said we're pointless. They said that we can't withstand the Brotherhood. And then I'm gonna because
We can't withstand the Brotherhood or the cult?
she just said they can't withstand the Brotherhood. So whether that means like us
Give me...
or the cult?
Give me an insight check. With advantage, since she failed your spell, I'll say. To discern more.
Inside. It's gonna be a 17.
17. I will say that the they is not you. I'll say that you can tell with the 17, with the mention of the cult, you can tell that it's the cult she's referring to.
You know what? I'm just gonna outwardly say to the tiefling, who can't withstand the cult? Or who can't withstand the Brotherhood?
The cult that you speak of.
I believe it was Parnast and Greenest who also thought that they could hold up against these marauders. Might I direct your attention towards the current condition of their cities?
As
Let's not forget my village.
once more all four of the dial turn their attention once more to the half-elf woman who closes her eyes once more. She goes, a village burned to a blue dragon. Some here helped. Some were not there.
Mander. Hey, Mander. I want to do something. Mander, will you let me do something?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to do two things. I want to, one, give eyeballs. Two, can I, in the midst of all of this, I'm looking, my eyeballs are huge, right? Massive. Think of like big eyeballs, right?
The biggest.
And I want to detect thoughts on somebody else.
Who?
Just to see the vibe. Okay?
Project.
So you said it's a tiefling, a half-elf.
There's a tiefling that's been doing most of the talking. There's
Right,
the
not that bitch.
dragonborn next to her that's kind of just sitting there like this and kind of like watching between the interactions as they happen. The high elf that is sitting on the highest chair and is just kind of sitting there watching, as he kind of has like a little smirk on his face as he's watching the whole interaction, as it's not left since you've entered the room. A half elf that their group keeps turning to at some points or another as she closes her eyes and is currently speaking. And the last is the halfling that's playing with a weird contraption of string and twigs at the moment. His attention doesn't seem to be there.
Okay.
I'll say passively, you can gain her that he's not really listening.
Okay. Does the high elf look smart? Like, do they look wise? Like, how wise do they look?
Roll me insight or intelligence for a check.
I think. Wait, hold on. Insight or intelligence? Insight or intelligence? I'm gonna do intelligence because I get a +7. Yeah, thanks. An avocado, thanks. 24, Manther.
I'll say that as you're sitting there and you're kind of listening to the conversation that's happened, you're like, oh my god, it's the 4 over-wizards and the high mage that I stand before. As you can gain that these are the rulers of Lascan.
What about the under-wizards?
Oh.
These are the only motherfuckers in the room besides you.
What about the left and the right wizards?
I'll say
the
Is
that.
there a
bottoms?
northeast?
I'll say with that intelligence
Southwest.
check, you can tell that for them to be in their position of power, they're pretty smart, or at least very
Wicked
powerful.
Wizard of the West.
Yeah. Anything else?
Okay, I want to do detect thoughts on the half elf.
Okay.
The high elf is intimidating. Bitch looking smart.
As you go to do detect thoughts, you cast the spell, and nothing happens.
Oh. What?
You know the spell cast, but it did not connect.
Me.
As she's sitting there thinking and goes, she stops mid-sentence. She goes, another village, and looks you dead in the eyes, Soraya.
Oh.
As you hear in your head, probing my mind is not a good idea.
I need I'm gonna say telepathically. I need subtitles. I'm sorry.
Stay out of my mind,
I
child.
can't hear without my subtitles.
As she says in a very stern voice that is polar opposite to her actual speaking voice. It's very like calm and thoughtful speaking. A very stern and punctual phrase of stay out of my head.
Okay, I'm gonna yeet myself out. Whee! Okay. And then I'm gonna that's what it sounds like when I stop telepathically share. Whee!
As her composure has not changed since dagger eyeing at Soraya.
I'm gonna telepathically tell Solaris, I don't like that half elf bitch. She mean. She's so mean. She giving me eyeballs.
As you yee out of her mind, she closes her eyes once more.
She's hiding something. I'd say telepathically.
I see another village. One that some once more that were here were there. Not all. There were others, it seems. A castle and a fight occurred. You said both villages fell, though. Correct?
Well, fall is close.
Falling.
Let's just say Greenest had very little to rebuild from.
She leans.
So like, not decimated, but like.
She leans back and goes, the village you call Greenest, to the south, it is rebuilt. The village to the east, Parnast, it is still decimated, but could be fixed.
And what of my home?
Your village, to the far south as well. Not a village. A tower of sorts. Outside of a keep. Candlekeep.
Yes.
The mages there rebuilt it. The damage that was wrought there is like a dagger that's been plunged into skin, has left its mark. But the reconstruction was complete. As in all three villages, damage has been wrought, and the mark of the cult has been left. As she opens her eyes and leans back into her chair once more, placing her hands on her lap. Anything else, Bart?
I'm just gonna throw on there that I'm gonna say the damage that she speaks of could have been a lot worse, quite honestly. Had it not been for us being there to stop it. And whether or not all of us were present or not, like, this is who we are now. And we've also come across the cult in our travels and have taken them dead on. So I think that it would be in both of our best interests to tell each other what's up. To where, you know, if you guys get to them first, then you guys know what we know. And if we get to them first, we know what you know. Or we can work together. Whatever y'all want to do. All we're saying is that maybe maybe we can fight this thing by all having the same information.
As the high elf at the high chair leans forward now. A little bit, the smirk kind of disappears a little bit from his face as he goes, "Thank you, Lady Nightshade, for your ever-seeing eye in divination. My friends, I see no reason for the Brotherhood to get involved. The cult has not attacked us directly, and we have not done anything to the cult. Why involve ourselves in a battle that does not involve the spellcasters? The Brotherhood
Because-
allows those to have freedom of their movements. We don't tell them what they can and cannot do."
So
And
when
this-
they destroy everybody else, and there's no one else left except the Brotherhood, what do you think they're gonna do?
If there is no one else, then the battle is lost.
Being neutral to the cult
Then let's
is the
not.
same as being against the cult in their eyes. We've seen them take out people for literally no reason. So
Yeah.
whether you're neutral to them or you're not neutral to them, whether you're on their bad side or you're neutral, that's the same group of people. So either you're with them or you're the other people. So the other people are who they are attacking. So whether you want to have an opposition or not, quite honestly, the cult has no longer given you that privilege for you to make that choice. Honestly, they took away your freedom to not get involved when they started attacking people who were not getting involved. We saw perfectly fine towns that weren't getting involved in anything that had nothing to do with any of the takeover that they're trying to do, and yet they still took them over. So if you think that just because your neutrality is going to keep you from them coming into your town and absolutely decimating it just like they have before, once they get the numbers on their side to actually take you on, because they are just growing in numbers, even though we've taken on quite a few of them, I mean, that's going to be completely on you at the end of the day when all of your people are dying in fires. And then you guys are going to have to look inward and say, I wonder if there was a chance that we could have taken to be more proactive about this when we realized, hey, we have a threat on our hands. Even if we don't want to personally take on that threat, the fact of the matter is that the threat exists and you need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay, but can I like stealthily guidance?
Go for it.
Guidance.
Hold on, I'm trying to get back to my. I keep clicking spells. My bad. Okay.
That's going to be, what is it? Persuasion?
Yep.
That's going to be a dirty 20. 13, 4, and 3. All right.
So that's
Yeah, it's
12
It's 20.
to stealth.
What?
12 for your stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
As you go do it,
Please, please.
I hit my life.
all 5 of them are watching you as you do it. But no one stops you. But I will say, would he care? I think he would care. Oh no, she would care. Okay, never mind. I will shut up then, I guess.
I'll just go throw myself off this fucking tower.
As you go do it, but all 5 of them see you do it easily. None of them make a move, but as you finish casting your spell, Lady Nightshade once more is staring you dead on in the eyes. As the rest kind of like glance over, see you cast it, and you catch them look over and see you do it, but they just kind of go back to giving Solaris their attention. But
I'm going to avoid eye contact with this woman.
Lady
Like, I've
Nightshade's-
never avoided eye contact in my life.
She's meeting you eyeball to eyeball as these violet, piercing eyes go straight
looking at the
into your
floor.
soul as you catch our eyes for just long enough.
Nope, I'm at the floor.
As you now look at the floor.
Damn, that floor nice.
Add the guidance.
Is that-
Solaris.
Is that OG hardwood? Damn.
That's my mini thing.
Why is everything falling?
Because I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring it to anybody.
Well, I'm gonna grab it.
It's a dirty.
I'm
It's
grabbing
a
it.
dirty 20.
With a dirty 20. With an eruption of magic as a burst of cold, icy energy and snowflakes and frost bits come from the chair where the tiefling is sitting as she turns up and goes, "Hi, Archmage Shadowmantle. He speaks the truth. We could easily crush this brotherhood. We would lose numbers, of course, but once the cult's gone, we can rebuild. It would take some years. But we could continue our research in peace and not worry about some whiny cultists here to stop us."
Why?
Not to mention, there's apparently like some like spellcasters that are like at like the top of their like food chain pyramid that apparently are trying to come for y'all's gig, but y'all didn't hear that from me.
Mm-hmm.
As, now having his name introduced, High Archmage Shadowmantle turns to the tiefling and goes, "Over Wizard Frostheart, remind yourself where you stand. Please control your magics so you don't hurt your dear brother in the arcane, Over Wizard Flamestrider. I'm sure he would not appreciate you freezing him to death." As the Dragonborn looks over to her and kind of gives a little snarl through his lips.
Do
Turns
they
his...
have lips?
Dragonborn? Yep, they have lips. As Flamestrider, the red and gold Dragonborn, turns his attention to the party. "Why not infiltrate this cult? Use them from within. From my understanding, it sounds like they are trying to change the world around us. As a transmuter, that is something I can understand, wishing to put something into your own image. Why not infiltrate our enemy? Rise up in their ranks and use them against them."
I'm trying to think of who said it.
Can I lean over? I want to lean over to Solaris and be like, "We have other matters. We can't be infiltrating."
I'm gonna say,
Isn't that?
I think it was the great past which Winifred Sanderson who said, "We have the time." Because you see, the cult is already like, if they had like phases and like phase 10 was like their full, like we took over the whole entire world. We're in like phase like 8. If we wanted to infiltrate, unfortunately, considering you guys already had the knowledge, I saw the stack of papers on the desk that were back there. Owl, considering y'all had the knowledge, your neutrality is ultimately what caused it to get to this point. So like if y'all would have involved yourself at like phase 3, 2, maybe even 4, I'll even push it to that, then maybe infiltration could have been a possibility. But we're in like phase 8 or 9. We're getting to 10. We can't let them get to 10 because that's going to be to the point of no return, and then we're all fucked.
And Tiamat's walking the earth.
Why nip
So-
it in the bud now?
You know, that's why being neutral is like, you know, double-edged sword, you know, because then once you do decide to get involved, it's usually too little too late to do the plan that you'd like to do.
Idle hands are the cultists' playthings.
As Lady Nightshade leans forward once more and opens her eyes and goes, "This is not the first time the cult has risen to a position of power in the realm. may it be the last. The sands of time have yet to reveal. As she turns her attention over to High Archmage Shadowmantle, as he stands up from his chair there and walks his way down from his pedestal, being on the same level as the party. You speak of a threat of the cult, and I understand. I cannot argue that there is truth to your words. I am not blind to this. What is your plan against this cult?
Hunt them, find them, kill them.
Can I ask you guys a question over the table real quick? Because I don't know if this happened during the session that I wasn't here. Real quick.
Mhm.
The whole thing with the Dracorn and Marcath.
Oh, you were
Are
there
we-
for that. You were there.
Huh?
Yeah, you were there for that.
What I'm asking is, before you tell me, is there any, has anything changed from, because from what I remember the last time I was there, we were on our way to do that, and now I feel like everything is about the cult at the moment, and I'm a little confused. Does that make sense? No? Okay.
So we're still on the way to that.
Okay.
This is just one of the towns on the way to do the Dracorn thing.
Right.
The overarching story is about the cult.
Right.
Right. The reason we're going to get the Dracorn is to stop the cult.
Right. So is that my question is that information that we should be divulging to these guys? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh. I don't know. I really like the way this floor be looking right now.
Is anyone proficient with history?
Hell no.
I know you're not. No one?
Damn, that floor be looking real fucking nice.
Not bloody at all.
In that case, I'll say everyone give me a history check.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nat 20, baby.
4,
2 Nat 20s this game.
6. I don't remember shit.
Could be a 16.
I got an 18.
I got a 12.
So, everyone but Carl, unfortunately, remembers as this is happening, and in the back of your mind that as you're traveling northward to the Sea of Moving Ice to find Marcath the Crimson, she is a member of the Brotherhood. As you are speaking with the people that are directly in charge with her. Or of her, I should say.
Okay.
Intel.
So there I was. Looking at the floor. And I
The,
thought to myself.
the party at large knows this, minus Carl, of course. Unfortunately, your memory is little.
So how's Marcath doing?
Oh my god.
Who do you say this to? Hermaeus?
I mean, I'm standing in front of all of them, so kind of just like a blanketed statement
Oh.
to all of them, since they're so high and mighty and cool.
So there I was. Staring at the floor.
As... Yeah, I'll do it. As, High Archmage Shadowmantle waves his hand as a bit of dust and that kind of billows up into a humanoid form that over a moment or two it turns into a tiefling woman wearing crimson red robes with little blue collars on the sleeves and around her neck. Goes, "This is Marcath. Do you have information on her?"
Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. What I can say is you typically have Thayan Red Wizards working for you.
She is not Thayan.
Is this over the table or under the table?
This is Shadowmantle speaking to you. She is not Thayan.
And you know this for certain.
Yes.
Do you possess the gift of clairvoyance? Are you unable to be deceived? Because I don't know about that school of magic.
Sips tea.
Mander's stroking his beard. You know he about to mean business. He about to mean that.
It's no business.
Look at him.
He's gonna be like, does a
Wisdom
28
saving
hit?
Just her mass.
It's nice playing with you, babies.
It's okay. 23.
As with a puff of dust, Hermaeus is no longer in the room.
That was rude.
I'll ask once
Bye,
more.
babies.
That was
Do
rude.
you have information regarding Marcath the Crimson?
We were hoping you did.
As he kind of billows his robes out a little bit, puts his hands out on his hips, goes, "Why are you looking for Marcath? You speak that you are trying to stop a cult, but yet you were searching for a very specific member of the Brotherhood. You asked for our
Christian.
assistance in the hopes of honesty. I will be honest with you and show you the same respect, as long as you do it to me."
She has aligned herself with the cult?
Is this true? Do you have evidence of her betrayal?
Mander, is this true? Over the table, is this true? Do we remember if this is true? I forget. All these people have the same titles, and it's hard to keep track of who's who when everybody's name sounds like
Also-
a made-up spice.
Durham's tone just then was also question-like, so it could go either way. I feel like.
Can I just ask it? I'm just gonna ask if Marcath knows anything about the Drakehorn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we tell him? Do we ask about that?
I'm just gonna ask straight up.
In the spirit of
I mean-
honesty and openness between us, she was sent on a research mission for the Drakehorn as her thesis paper. I would be the equivalent of what it would be called.
Okay.
She has not been back nor reported in these last 3 years.
So you okay. All right. So let me get the All right. So let me get this straight. One of your people went off to go do some studies about a Drakehorn.
Correct. As they all
We
are
now
allowed.
come here 3 years later after you have not heard anything from this comrade. and tell you that we have suspicions that they are working with the cult. And instead of thinking, oh, you know, she hasn't checked in with us for like almost 1,000 days, if not more than 1,000 days, I wonder if she abandoned the Brotherhood. That could be a possibility. Now, I'm not saying that that is what happened. I'm just saying that that right there, you just gave me the proof that you were asking for. Because like I can't speak on Marcath's character as to who they are in the Brotherhood. I can only speak on what we might have suspicions of. And personally, if someone hadn't talked to me for 3 years and someone came to me and was like, hey, this person's acting all sus right now in the present, I'd be like, wow, what's going on with that person? I wouldn't be like, well, where's your proof? I haven't spoken to the person in 3 years, so I'm probably going to assume that they abandoned ship.
As you finish speaking your words, there's a kind of like little dust storm that happens as Hermaeus, you're back in the room. As you were transferred to an ethereal plane of existence. For 1 minute.
That was
Just a
pretty
little
cool.
timeout.
As you return.
Not my first
He comes
ethereal
back with a
plane.
little cone hat.
Funny. It's so funny you guys sent me to an ethereal plane because this has not been my first one within these past couple days.
You said I got a condo timeshare.
Chill.
They know my orders there.
I was just chilling with my Earth Elemental buddies. Earth Elemental rock cows.
As the High Archmage there turns and just kind of gives you like a knowing look, Hermaeus. No malice in his look to you, just kind of like a, I'm watching you. As he turns his attention back to the party at large now and goes, if you are able to prove her betrayal of the Brotherhood, of the realm at large, assisting this cult, and what you say is one of the many cataclysmic events that could occur daily here, then I see no reason not to possibly join the ranks against this cult, as it shows that perhaps the Brotherhood, in being neutral, has done less in the long run than it should have. But you would need sustainable proof that her betrayal for this to occur. As well as if you are able to return her to stand trial against the Brotherhood.
Now, when you say return her to stand trial, let's just say majority of the cultists that interact with us tend to be quite violent and mean. And that does cause us to sometimes have to kill them. So I will try my best to have my construct, take thorough notes on the battle if there is one. But I can't promise her liveliness if she were to try to kill us. Just saying. But we will do our best to restrain someone and bring them. Do you have like a teleportation device that you want us to like fling at her and like maybe that can like instant teleport her back or something, or like I don't know, like a little like a
Maybe a
chain that we can
spell
slap?
scroll?
Yeah, like a spell scroll. We can just like teleport her back here to it, because like I'm really trying to figure out how we're gonna like get
Take
a
these.
whole.
As there's
Band
now a
bindings.
halfling standing amongst your group that was sitting and now is suddenly standing next to Solaris and Hermaeus.
Oh, they smell cabbage.
Not Small Cabbage. Windweaver. That's my name. As he gives like a little toothy grin and a little gleam in his eyes as he holds up a pair of kind of twisting vines and that in his hands. These are suppression cuffs. They will make all magic users not able to cast spells of any sort or use any magical abilities.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
As he holds them out to Hermaeus.
Interesting.
I'll be taking that.
As you go to take them, you kind of like just barely touch like his thumb there as a magical message is sent into your mind as he kind of goes, "That was really funny that you stood up to him." As he makes his way back to his chair.
Very low.
Someone found it was interesting. Not all of them did. Windweaver liked that you did it. He liked that you did that.
I like it.
Just my question: would any of y'all have a bands of binding?
Bands of binding. Why would you need bands of binding?
Never know when you gotta make someone quiet and bring them in.
You have suppression cuffs. That's just advice.
And they're cool because they look like branches and vines.
This should make it so that unless someone actively tries to identify them or do some sort of magical means to see if they are magical, should not cause any attention. We can give Windweaver that much for his enchantments, that he is at least subtle with it.
I think he's a cool dude.
He's an interesting halfling, to say the least. As Shadow Mantle makes his way back to his chair as well. As he turns back to the party and sits down. Bring forth any information, possibly, if you're able to, with Marcath the Crimson in tow, to stand trial if she is found to be a betrayer. If not, bring her back regardless, as she's been gone for far too long, and we would like answers of where she has been. Preferably alive, but we understand if you cannot.
We'll do our very best.
Anything else that you wish to divulge to this council?
I feel like they know enough.
I think we're good there.
Remember, kids, you know enough.
Very well. We shall see you when you return then, Capy Crew.
So let's just say
Hmm?
we needed some assistance with just some minor travel. You see, the Sea of Moving Ice is scary and moving ice, right? What we were going to do is we were going to go down to the docks and just kind of see what who we could find that could possibly give us a ride. Do you possibly have any connections that you guys could lend us to allow us to move more thoroughly, to allow this investigation to be expedited, to get the results that you want faster? Or would you rather us continue on with our plan, and I'm just going to let you know that it might take a little bit longer?
Roll persuasion.
Going to be a 15.
There are many ships down in the docks that could be of assistance. If I was to go and look for assistance, I would make my way
Make my way.
to the Cutlass.
Make my way.
The what?
The Cutlass. It's a tavern
Cutlass.
in the city, often patroned by pirates and other seafarers. There should be someone there that can assist you in your travels north.
Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, we will see if we see you soon. Anyone else? Any questions, comments, concerns to the council?
I'm good.
Is dials the quickest way back outside?
No, this is as he pushes a button as the party disappears.
Ah! Oh, I thought it was gonna be a trapdoor.
Back outside the front of the arcane tower.
You all take 172 falling damage.
Imagine if I had done a trapdoor and was just like, you fall 500 feet, you're dead.
Bye.
Know how you were talking about how you did necromancy? Like, now you kind of need it. There's dead bodies now.
TPK.
Fall damage.
As the
That button's
party,
convenient.
right?
Well, one of us would at least survive. So when they drop
Don't you
to 0
TPK your
HP,
party?
they get, yeah.
The party has now
TPK
been...
your party. I Scooby-Dooed them.
Scooby-Dooed them. So the party has now been given the task by the Arcane Brotherhood to prove if Marcath the Crimson is a true traitor against the Brotherhood, and if so, bring her back alive if possible.
Ejectocito, cuz.
That was a moment.
And with that, we'll call it a session there.
A lot of
Oh my
talkie talks
God.
these past few.
I wish the noise played for that. It didn't, but it's still good.
Nice.
Next time on D&D.
There was a moment I thought you guys were going to aggro them. I was like, I'm going to TPK them.
Us?
There was a moment.
Aggro?
There was a
you
moment.
talking
I was
about?
like, eee. And then it was like, Hermias got snippy, and I was like, he's not going to like that. Nope, he didn't like that. Bye.
We would never.
That's
save,
great.
your save was good, though. If you had done a lot worse, you would have been gone a lot longer.
No, I'm good. I'm just a little. I just like giving people the business, you know.
Sure, for sure. Little talky this session, though. You were right.
Future reference. When he did the whole thump and made him disappear, can I technically counter that? Asking for future reference.
It was a spell. You could have
Instead of
countered
asking
it.
for friend.
Okay, see, that's what I was asking. I don't know. I don't know what things like that happen and do that.
Yeah. If
That could
you're
be
not
a
sure, just
scheme.
ask. Always ask.
Ah, okay.
Would it have worked, though? There's the other
Yeah, I
question.
have no idea.
Because Soraya
I
tried
can,
to delve
she
into
tried doing stuff in her
Nightshade's mind
shit.
and got told no.
I can only do it to like level 3, so I don't know.
They were working. They were working with. That was a high level spell.
Give me an Arcana check real quick, V.
Is that the
Me?
mention door?
Yeah. What'd you get?
I want to talk about it.
Was it below 10?
It was below 2.
Yeah, you're not even sure if you could have stopped that. You have no idea what level of magic that was, but you knew it was high.
Okay, cool. Thank
So
you.
there you were, staring
Looking
at the floor.
You basically were in front of the founding fathers of the not Dark Brotherhood. That's Skyrim, of the Arcane Brotherhood, basically at this point. You might as well.
Wrong fantasy game.
Wrong game.
Yeah.
So, next session there should be some less talky, more stabbies. I feel like you guys are at that point. I feel like you've done a decent amount through Lascan. I don't think there's too much left for you guys to do here. Personally.
old
But you might surprise me.
fisticuffs.
You guys always do.
Buy a boat, and that's about it, right? Maybe.
We're gonna have to get physical with some pirates.
You might.
Not my first time.
Am I
Won't
about
be
to
the
name
last.
myself Joy Boy?
I hope. I kind of hope that Sugar Lake is a coastal town.
Sugar Lake?
You are in the front of the Arcane Tower. So you are right outside the host tower. You could go find him and ask him. You could go find
Sure.
Sweet Tooth and ask him where it is. I will say that he did tell you it was outside of Lascan. And Lascan is a port city, so.
Question: in that background screen, is that the world spine? Or the
Spine of the world,
whatever it's called?
all the way
Yeah.
off in the distance? Could be, could not
Yep.
be. Guess you'll have to find out.
The world will never know.
But with that,
Final question. Hold on. I gotta ask. I have to ask. Did we get a level up?
nope, not yet.
Can we get a motherfucker?
It's been 84 years.
I remember when we had that.
Remember when we used to get level ups? That was
Level
nice.
Do we get it? Can we find another deck of mini things?
Maybe. I mean, you just gotta go all the way back down to Greenest, and there's still one there.
Yeah.
Or you can always hit up Eliwick, see if she'll give you anything.
Fuck that.
I don't
bitch.
think we need to talk to Eliwick.
Or
I
there's
think we're
always
good.
the
She's so
Shadowbinder.
spunky.
You have deals. You have the Shadowbinder, Eliwick, Mephisto.
You know, we have a lot of deals.
You have a lot
We
of
have our hands in a lot of
you,
pots.
you have a lot of missions. Like I don't know if you guys have
Sometimes.
looked at the world map. You have
Yeah, we
a
got-
you have a lot
I
of
don't like-
stuff to do.
I don't like looking at it. I think I'm good.
you have a decent amount of stuff to do.
Can't tell me what to do, Mander.
I can't. You
Not
can always
really,
change your
Dad.
mind.
You're not my real dad.
Never said I was. You better be.
What my handy said.
So, then we've gotten our last question in. We come to what I think is always a fun time at the end of the night. The plus one boon. I know KZ, you got it last time, so you are ineligible for it this time around.
Guerrero.
No Guero. None for you.
I would like to
Um,
go first, though, in my nomination.
Is anyone else ineligible? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I don't think so. I think it's just Guero.
Guerrero.
I love Guero.
And Brittany, who's not here, but she's in the chat and saying me. I'm also ineligible, but you're also not here, so it worked
No
out for you in
contest.
the end. So,
Guero.
first off, Guero, who is your vote for the plus one boon tonight?
I would like to nominate my brother Solaris
Solores.
because gave me great giggle and did an excellent save, not only for Carl 2 times, but for the party as a whole.
Hello.
So dumb.
If I would have went first, I'd have said the same exact thing. KB.
No, man, that's your vote as well.
Bridge.
Yeah,
10
that's
out
my
of 10.
vote. The exchange student, because honestly, in that moment, I was just gonna start speaking giant in general, like that was my plan. And then he was like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Great, I'm his translator now. I get to do the same thing I was gonna do anyway."
That was smooth. I
Like,
will give you guys that.
It was a great play.
it was fun.
Yeah, that's where my vote goes to. That's my vote.
Same.
So,
Levi jeans.
Walter, anyone you'd
Up
like
tier.
to vote for? That has something other than yourself? Apparently.
Mine goes to. I'd probably say Hermie
Ernie.
for distracting them so I could detect thoughts on the tiefling without being overly like, we're against the cult or we're for the cult. It was just very like neutral conversation.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So very good tact.
On Over Wizard Frostheart.
Douchebag.
She signed up with you guys pretty quick though. So
She gave me eyeballs, and I don't appreciate it.
that was Over
Yeah.
Wizard Nightshade that gave you eyeballs.
I don't like that bitch.
Frost?
Sympathizers and apologists. A lot of them.
Frostheart was the tiefling that the moment Solaris started going on about how they were gonna all die, she was like, "Yep, don't like that. Let's kill the cult first."
I don't like any of them.
Noticing you don't like anyone in power.
Especially
Ironic-
Leosin.
Ironically,
She's a
that you
little
have to
rebel.
make them your friends to get them to do shit.
I don't have to do anything.
This is true.
She just sit there and give eyeballs.
You just gotta hope your party does it.
I'm just here for the ride. Solely vibes.
It's
Wow,
okay.
look at that floor.
Wow, is that hardwood?
Wow.
Vinyl.
It's okay.
Mahogany?
Half our party are
Mahogany.
personality hires, so we're good.
Solaris, you are the winner of the +1 boon. You can use it for any dice roll. It could be damage, it could be d20s, it could be saving throws, it could be initiative order. Just say that you're gonna use it before I say what the fuck's gonna come out of my mouth. So, with that, we will call it there for the night. Appreciate you guys playing. Hopefully we'll have Brittany back next week. Fingers crossed. We'll go from there with everyone else's schedule. Until then, thank you everyone that came through and hung out with us. Until next week, we will see you all later. Say bye, raccoon!